I feel really weird filming with my whole family in the house, but I have to, so let's do it. Dear Nuskarime, usually when I film on a kind of topic, I have some kind of lesson or some kind of advice to give or just something that I've learned throughout the process. This time, we're throwing that out the window because I don't really know anything about it except that I'm venting and this is what I'm going through. And I'm sure that this is something that some people somewhere can relate to, so I thought I'd talk about it. So I have a really hard time letting things go. And that's not necessarily to say that I hold grudges, because I don't think that I do, but people and events and ideas I just kind of latch onto. I keep them in my heart, very personal to me, and it's really hard for me to move on from things. It's not necessarily a bad thing. In some cases, it actually kind of helps me out. In our case, when you guys moved away, instead of just saying they weren't there anymore, I'm not going to talk to them, I decided to reach out to you guys, and it's how we've been able to stay in close contact. It's also probably the reason that I'm really good at remembering people's birthdays. In other cases, it will cause me to chase after a toxic, hopeless relationship for 9 years. So, you know, you win some, you lose some. For whatever reason, I've always been really good at remembering people's names and faces, even if they have no real importance to me. So I'll see people from elementary or middle school that I wasn't even close to back then. I remember who they are, and they feel bad because they don't remember me, and I have to tell them, like, no, it's completely okay, I don't mind, you're the normal one with the normal memory. I'm the one who's weird for actually caring so much about everything. With people, there's kind of a reason behind it. I genuinely believe that everything that happens in your life and everyone in your life is there for a reason. So I latch onto that and make sure that I cherish them, and that ends up being a little too much, and then it gets hard to release later. There's no real reason for me to be like that with objects, though. I'm with that with clothes a lot. I've been trying to empty out my closet for forever, and so many of the clothing items I don't even wear all that frequently, but I don't want to get rid of. In fact, I'll start wearing them more frequently, so I have the excuse of, oh, I wore that last week, I can't get rid of that shirt, even though I don't even like it all that much. I have a bunch of old show shirts, like shirts from shows that I did in high school and throughout college, that I just don't want to get rid of because they're memories. A lot of people suggested that I could make them into a blanket, which is a really cool idea, and I think I'll probably do that. But I also already have a lot of blankets. I'm getting rid of one thing I don't need and making it into something else that I don't need, just because I'm not willing to let go of these memories. When it comes to people, I'm the extrovert who's like, let's make plans, let's do something, let's hang out. And a lot of my friends tend to be more introverted, so they're less likely to reach out to me. So I'm very much the person who is like, let me keep you in my life, we're gonna keep frequent contact and you're going to still love me, which can be pretty problematic, especially because when I don't go out of my way for someone else, then I start to feel bad, as if it's completely my fault that the relationship has ended, even though this is definitely a two-way street. There's a very specific group of people that I was close to in high school that I'd spent so much of those 4 years with, that after college I just kind of grew apart from. And part of it was on purpose, part of it was me seeing these people as detrimental to what was going on in my life at the time. And whether or not that was true, I made the decision that I was going to separate from this group, and that wasn't a big deal. But now, after college, I'm seeing them pop up on my Facebook feed and on Instagram, and it's crazy to see how much of their lives I've missed, and I kind of blame myself for that, even though that makes no sense, because again, they didn't reach out to me either. But part of me feels like I was supposed to latch on to these people, and the one time that I did let go, I'm blaming myself for it. So the question then becomes, how much do you let go of, if anything at all? Mandy, my little, now has the job in Alpha Psi that I had for several years, and everyone knows that Alpha Psi was a major part of my life in college. So I think we have a pretty good balance of making sure that she's doing the work and I'm just a support in the background if she ever needs me. You know, I'm there if she has any questions, / anytime I give her advice, she most likely already knows what she's doing anyway. But I still like her to tell me things. I still like to know what's going on and what part of the process she's in, because I'm kind of living vicariously through her. I haven't 100% let go of the job just yet. Earlier this week, I went to McDaniel for a day, and it was really nice to spend time with everybody and see everyone. Everyone's always incredibly welcoming and loving, and they make sure it's known that they're really happy that I'm there. So it's nice to know that they actually want me to hold on to them. They don't want me to let go of my ties to McDaniel. But sometimes it feels like I probably should. That might be a little healthier. Even though I'm not necessarily trying to get rid of these people, I still want to be a support for them and show them that I'm there. I want to go to their shows and be a part of their lives. It's also kind of interfering with my ability to move on and do something else with my life. Because the last thing I want to do is be that alum who shows up all the time because they have nothing better going on. That's not necessarily how I view myself. I think that I've done a pretty good job of moving forward, but then I'll have conversations with my mom who will sit me down and be like, do you really need to go to every show? Are you sure you need to be there? What's the point? What's the purpose of you going out of your way, missing work to go be at this campus? I'm trying very hard to find the balance between being supportive and having an unhealthy attachment. Because of various influences in my life, I've kind of adopted the mantra of keep moving forward, keep pushing towards a goal, don't let things hold you back, don't keep living in the past, but move on to the exciting things in the future. And for the most part, I think I do a pretty good job of not staying in the past. I move forward, but the problem is I drag the past with me. I try to take as much as I possibly can, and it ends up being this unbearable load. And there are certain things that I think we all kind of have to keep, they're a part of who we are. They've shaped our lives up till this point. But eventually you have to realize that not everything can stay. There's a reason for things to go. I'm really bad at remembering that there's a reason for things to go. So I just kind of keep my backpack real full until it's impossible to move any further. I have a good memory, a social personality, and a high dependency on other people, and the result is the clingiest person ever. Isn't it great? Everyone's in the kitchen now, so I think I'm pretty much done filming, because I don't know what else I can get without the kids screaming and getting all excited in the background. Thank you for listening to me vent. I hope you have a good week, and I will see you next time. Love, Sammy. What is happening?